Amen.
Get the app, my friend. It is on every platform that you need. You need Google, you got Google. You need Android, we got you too.
Amen.
There you
We
go.
got
You
you
need
covered.
iPhone,
We have YouTube.
we got
Hope
YouTube.
Overheard Nation.
Hey.
Yes.
So make sure you're listening to the music and tell us what we can do better for your hour. Each hour, we're interested on your requests. What is it that you like listening to? Because guess what? We go in and change it according to what the people want.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I was listening to the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock hour on last Thursday, and if I tell you, it was jamming. And shout out to for EA for putting in some new rotation in. It was really good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Was it
yeah.
hip? I think it was the
It
hip
was
hop
hip hop
hour.
hour. Yeah, it was. But I mean, I even listened to it, and it sounded very.
What was that supposed to be?
Well, you know, my genre is more jazz, but yeah, it was quite refreshing. I really enjoyed it.
You know, I heard one of them and I was like, I got to learn some more music. I'm supposed to be trained every Tuesday on urban influence, and I've been not trained.
Oh wow, really?
But I do like it. And I'm telling y'all, we have hip hop, we've got
Yeah,
jazz, we've got
yeah,
reggae.
yeah.
Get the app and listen in. This is just one of the many things that we have going on at HOH 77.7. It is the station that prays.
My God, it's the station that does a lot.
Yeah, with that too. Because
Oh,
somebody going
whole
to be
lot.
marching in that parade tonight.
All right now.
Latanya is supposed to be marching in the parade with her purple hat on.
Really?
She's supposed to be representing with the microphone HOH 77.7.
Oh, really?
Yes, she's supposed to be marching today for the Martin Luther King Day parade.
Mm-hmm.
It is the National Known Day of Service, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Are you marching or are you at the work for the people? What you doing? No, just kidding.
cold.
You know, hey,
Yo,
you
it
know,
work
do what
for
you
the
got to
people.
do. Do what you got to do. Absolutely. No, we're just kidding. The people are you. You are the people. And shout out to all entrepreneurs, all business owners. Y'all doing the thing. But please take some time out to do something in the name of service. MLK was a service person. He believed in giving his life for a service. So HOH, that's what we do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it feels like. But we do it a whole lot, right? And so, with that said, I want to just say shout out to you and salute. Just trying to keep it real. Absolutely, absolutely. Outlaw 452. So, if Latanya, everybody just tell Latanya, can you please get over to downtown and just at least walk a block for HOH 77.7? Can y'all just type
Y'all
that
sure
to her?
can. Y'all can type it all you want.
Yes.
Yeah, please
Yes. Yes. Yeah. You say, oh, so it's not going to work. You won't get out there for one block and just say, I am marching.
I've done my days of marching, boo. Remember, I did parades.
Tease
The big parades. Oh my God, I was in high school. Marching band. Did them.
Okay, wait a minute.
Did them.
Okay, but that was 30, 40
yeah,
years
that's
ago.
right. And they had 30, 40 year needs too.
I just, okay.
Oh, you know.
Well, maybe
That's a
you
good
can
one.
just go in and just stand.
Sure.
In the name of HOH 77.7, so they'll know we're out there. Hint. Well, at any rate, I'll be out there this morning. And also at the big press release at 1 o'clock. There is a press release happening at 1 o'clock with some big news for Audia Jones. Shout out to Audia. So proud of her doing so much. And for all of you watching in on Facebook and Instagram, we love you. Good morning to you, Shannon McRae, Kinchela Bro, Curtis, Ben, Michael, and Jean. Outlaw, I'm not sure who you are, though, yet. Who's that lady?
Ooh, okay.
I like that. Right?
Yeah, that's an old
Misha.
OJ song.
Yep. Health Wealth, C. McNair, we thank God for you. And those of you on YouTube, and if you're not, get on Hope Over Hurt Nation. You can subscribe, you can like, you can share, you can see all what's going on right now, right here, right there. Amen?
Amen.
I've got that victory. And we just finished playing that great victory song. And you know what? Today is going to be a music kind of day. I'm hoping and I'm praying we got some stuff in the lineup.
Okay.
But also, any prayer requests?
Yeah, we'll take them.
We will take them. We do pray. And guess what? You can also call us if you got something to really say. 401-6464777. That number again is 401-6464777.
And tell them we don't bite. You know, we welcome them with open arms when they do call.
I don't know where they
I
get
don't
the
know
idea.
why they don't.
Because
I don't know what they're scared of.
I don't either. They call into every other station.
Okay.
Right?
I'm just
But they won't
saying.
call us.
Yeah.
I'm just
So
saying.
we're here.
Yeah.
Come talk to us.
Yeah, it's strange. I feel like something it's got. I feel like I'm walking plague or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got you. I
But
got you.
with that said, sis, I just want to say good morning to you,
Good morning.
Bishop.
Good morning. What's up?
burn.
Can you just say, "Dah"? Can we just get to
No.
"Dah"?
Det do 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 burn it. Det do 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 burn it. Det do do
That's a
do
little
do
laid-back
do
version
burn
of it. Appreciate all that energy. What's going on?
Good morning, Bernadette. What's going on this morning?
Everything is going on. Everything. It was a great Sunday of football.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody watched those games.
Oh,
but
of course, everybody watched those
Yeah.
games.
I actually sent Ed Matthews a text message saying that the best team with the best quarterback won. Even though the Titans, they came out strong, but they, if they paid any attention to Houston last weekend, they knew that they were in trouble. You cannot come out and think that just because you have 24 points that you're going, and they didn't even get to that. They only had 7, I think it was 10.
What juice did Tennessee Titans drink in the last 2 weeks?
I don't know. I mean, I give it to them. They made it all the way to the semifinal, but the thing is, they just did not have enough to get past Kansas City. They are. That little young boy Mahomes is that young man. He is a beast, and I give him all the credit, give him all the kudos. They have a great team. They got great coaching. You can't take nothing from Reed. He's one of the great coaches out there.
I thought it was going to be really Baltimore and KC in the Super Bowl anyway.
Baltimore was picked to win the entire thing, but they couldn't make it.
And you didn't know what to expect from Tom.
No, Brady's.
Brady, you didn't know.
I believe that I don't want to say he's retiring because I don't think he's going to go out on a loss. That's just not his demeanor, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I believe he's going to pick it up and do it again and go another season with New
Yeah.
England most likely.
Yeah.
Some people say he might not be with New England anymore, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything, that of any type of trade or anything like that.
Okay, so what I was telling BT was yesterday, I said, a few years ago, you would have never questioned 49ers against Green Bay.
No.
But now,
My goodness, they look, now that's a machine.
that's a machine.
Yeah, the 49ers came out with such a brute force.
Yes.
Green Bay was in shock, in awe, in my opinion.
Shock and awe.
Yeah, they were not prepared
No.
for what
But
they
they're not
saw.
the same team as they used to
they're
be. I mean,
not.
Green Bay was like a bit Pittsburgh. They had
Yeah.
their, you knew.
They had their moments,
The
yeah.
Colts, you just
Yeah,
knew.
yeah,
It was
but-
a game, right?
Yeah, but no, 49ers are saying this is all mine this year.
And Bang Bang Niner Gang is what I'm seeing here. This must
Bang,
be a
bang,
Jada
bang.
moment.
Come on now.
Bang Bang Niner Gang. Well,
yeah.
shout out to so where are we now?
So it's just Kansas City and 49ers in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun.
It's gonna be a doozy of a game. I ain't gonna lie. Because here's the deal: 49ers has a running game that's unheard of. The quarterback only threw 8 passes throughout the entire game.
So everybody else was running. Was it the running backs that were holding it or wide receivers?
The running backs was making it work.
So the 49ers have a strong run
They
game.
have a strong run game, and then you got on the Kansas City Chiefs side, you got a strong passing game with Mahomes. You can't ever count him out.
His hand does bionic
he
stuff.
does-
It doesn't. It's not.
Right.
They're evolving, man. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, he throws a sidearm. He throws over.
He throws something that looks like it's a plier.
Exactly. It's very It's very.
It's like, what was that, dude?
Yeah,
Do that.
yeah.
Seriously, they can't even calculate or predict
No.
which the degrees in
Right.
which it's going to go out because he's doing something very new with his arm.
But he's very confident in what he does, and
a
he's
strange
telling
sounding guy.
he's telling his receivers just get out there. One of them ran a short play, and he didn't want him to run a short play. He's telling him to go further, and they didn't believe in him. And so
Yeah.
he had to throw the ball away. He's telling his receiver, go out. In other words, I got you.
I
Exactly.
got you, boo.
I got you. Exactly.
And what happened?
Well, they won, but still, he's telling his receivers, just trust me.
Mahomes, listen, when he first came
Mahomes,
on the
yeah.
scene, Mahomes,
Yeah,
Patrick, right?
Young kid.
When he first came on the scene, I think his dad played pro.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, when he first was picked, he just has a very different look.
And his voice does not match his look.
His look is different. His
Yeah.
teeth and everything are a little different. And then he sounds like
Exactly.
You remember what was it, Captain Caveman?
Yeah, whatever.
He kind of reminds me of Captain Caveman, but a teenage version.
Yeah, his voice is a very old man's voice.
But then it's not.
It's
Then
a coach. It's like it's a coaching voice. Yeah, he has a coaching voice. He has a voice like the coach of the LSU Tigers.
Really?
Yes.
I hear this, Tanya. You need to do
That's
this, but
just
no,
how
not
the-
dead.
That's how the LSU Tigers,
Oh,
the
okay.
coach sounds. He sounds that it's a rough. rough and gruffy type voice. But yeah, he doesn't
doesn't
match
fit.
his voice, but
He's a beast.
Yes, he is.
Well,
It's gonna
hopefully
be
a
great
beast of
game.
good. I don't know. But let's just see what happens. So right now we know that there's going to be sushi and barbecue on the sidelines wherever they are for their
Sushi and
tailgate.
barbecue.
Because they're coming from San Francisco. They eat very differently. But I know if I'm on any side of the tailgate, I'm going to be on Kansas City because I want the barbecue.
Yeah, I got you on that.
Shout out to barbecue sauce on Super Bowl Sunday.
Some ribs.
Huh?
Ribs.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
But what I will take is that we're going to be also talking about what is to come, the other side of the coin, with all of the excitement, knowing that Super Bowl will be in Miami.
Yes.
We also know it comes with its own risks, which
Yes,
is
sex
human
trafficking.
trafficking. We're going to take that break, but don't give up on us, and please bring the barbecue sauce. HOH is going to be down in Miami. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Keep it locked. Good morning, Houston. Okay, how is our? Does anybody know? Is anybody getting love
YouTube?
on there?
Can't tell at the
Hey, Shanna.
Oh, say, can you see that all freedom isn't free? We thank you for doing what you do to make sure we have the right to live the way we choose. We thank you for being one of the few who go through what you go through, who walk in your shoes. Someone had to sacrifice, risk their own to save a life. Know that we are praying, praying for you every day. Know that we are waiting, and we are so proud to say, thank you for doing what you do to make sure we have the right to live the way we choose. We thank you for being one of the few who go through what you go through, who walk in your shoes. Someone had to sacrifice, risk their own to save a life. Thank you for doing what you do. You bring right what you do. You bring hope. What
Not yet. We got a ready commercial.
Commercials. All right, everybody, here we come.
3, 2, and 1. And we're back.
And we're back, everybody. It's Mother Merlene. It's Mother Merlene. We have our segment with Mother Merlene. Please, Mother Merlene, do you understand that there's a thing called coordinate and match? And I find that you struggle here, Mother
my
Merlene.
goodness. She's
That's
got,
not-
that brown and mint sort of.
She says she looked like a whole mint cookie.
Oh, that's a good looking.
So I guess it's
well,
time
true.
for
The
Girl
Scouts
Scout
are looking for
cookies.
you.
It is. Girl Scout cookie time. I'm gonna go stand next to their
Oh,
booth.
you gonna what?
I'm gonna go stand by their booth at the grocery store.
You gonna go stand by? Oh,
Okay.
why would you do that, Merlene?
to advertise. That's gonna be my service.
That's your
for,
marketing.
That's your
service to the
service.
for
community.
MLK Day. That's
Well, you know that they start in February, don't they? Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
so you're
started
right on time.
advertising. I know.
You're right on time.
What you got, Merlene? Keep it clean, Mother Merlene.
You know, I will for this special day.
Oh.
Did you know that Martin Luther King Jr.'s real name was Michael?
See them fun facts right there. I did not know nothing about.
Did you know? I didn't know that.
Had no clue.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
God.
said, where did Martin come
And-
from?
in 1934, his dad went to Germany and became inspired by the protest Reformation leader
Uh-huh.
Martin Luther, and went home and changed his name and his son's.
What?
I did not know that.
So he started off like Michael Jackson and ended up Martin
Martin
Luther.
Luther.
Michael Luther King. That don't sound.
That don't sound no, not after all these years.
Yeah, no.
Maybe Michael Luther Vandross?
There you go.
So his daddy was inspired by, oh, Lord. Okay, no, I did not know his name was Michael.
And did you know that he was the first African American to be the Time Magazine Man of the Year.
Now, I think I did know that one.
I did know
What
that
did you
too.
think about that, Mother Merlene? What year was? It doesn't matter if you don't know.
63.
63. What
you
you
know,
think?
I used to have a little crush on Martin. He was a handsome man.
Hey, news
Oh.
there is.
You know,
N-
crush
news you
on
can-
Martin
news
Luther
you can
King.
use. I did.
you like you say what you can use?
And how did his
News you
wife
can
feel about
use.
that?
Do
oh,
what you-
Coretta, you know, I used to do Coretta hair down
Oh,
there
shut
at the beauty salon.
What was the name of
So
the beauty
she-
salon?
It was called Tuck and Curl. but she didn't.
Tuck and curl, huh? I love-
Yeah, she didn't know I had a little crush on him. but-
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Jesus. You did Coretta's hair at Tuck and Curl. What style did you do on the Honorable Coretta's hair?
You know, she used to have the little wraps and her hair was always big.
Yes.
But it was always pretty and soft.
and you ensured that it did. What was the chemical that you used on her hair?
Oh, you know, she had them perms back in the day.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she was trying to fit in.
She was fitting in. Okay. And her husband would pick her up.
And I'd be
Michael
smiling.
turned Martha.
Martin. Hopefully, not Martha. Maybe
Michael
Martin.
turned Martin. There you
Martin.
go. Mhm.
And so you would go and smile at her husband.
I did.
Do you think that was appropriate, Mother Merlene?
It wasn't, but at the time, I really didn't care.
She really didn't care.
Why, Mother Merlene? Why didn't you care? What about these young women that need to know they can't be jump offs for these men?
Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't do it now. Now you get shot over it. Back in the day, they would just talk about you.
Oh,
But at the
well, you
Tuck
talked
and-
about a lot at the Tuck
and
and Curl.
I was, but I did the best hair, so they really couldn't say much. They just had to deal with it.
This is
Okay.
my life.
Yes.
And he
Oh.
was the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
35 years old.
He was 35.
Wow.
And he received the Nobel Peace Prize for peace, correct?
Mm-hmm.
For inciting peace.
He did.
God rest him and may his life and legacy live on. Mother Merlene said he was the man of the year.
Man.
He was her man of the
Man of the
hour.
hour.
There you go.
He was Coretta's tuck and curl master, and she did the hair and had a crush.
Shut up.
And then you said he was a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Did he ever wink back at you? Because word
No,
around
no.
is,
Oh my.
Well, the word on the street was
Yeah.
he was a little promiscuous.
yeah,
But,
Was he now?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
The word. But he didn't do that with you because he was honorable in your sight. Amen.
Yeah,
Oh.
he kept it together because he didn't want to mess up Coretta hair.
I see.
Because you know if he would
don't
have
wanna
done me
mess up Coretta.
wrong, yeah, she would have had a whole fade. but so he
Sounds
didn't
like-
entertain me, but it's okay.
You see what I'm going through right now?
It's all right.
Mother Merlene, is that your segment for right now?
Yeah.
Any final words for those who are loving your mint green julep and thin mint cookie outfit?
You know, I think for Girl Scout season, I'm going to channel the different Girl Scout cookies.
Oh,
Not that I
my.
know any Girl Scouts,
Okay.
but I'm going to advertise for them.
You're going to advertise for them.
Okay.
And you're going to go outside the grocery store.
And I'm going to stand out there. And I'm be like, don't you walk past
But
this little
isn't-
girl.
Aren't those
Don't you walk past her, you see her. Because, you know, people they just be ignoring them girls. How you just going to walk by like, you know,
really?
"Hey, excuse me, sir, excuse People just run
Walk
past.
right by
That
'em.
is rude.
You're going to say no.
Yeah, I
They
used to
cookies
run to them
expensive,
though.
but
You're going to
that ain't
say
the
no.
point.
No.
What's-
Don't do that.
What was your favorite cookie?
Oh, the lemon one, I really like that.
Okay.
Which
But
one?
they too expensive now, so I don't eat.
How much a Girl
Yeah, how
Scout
much
cookie?
are
They're like $4 a buck.
I stopped buying them. I had to stop buying 'em. I had an addiction.
They used to be $2 back in the day.
Yeah, my addiction got
Sorry,
strong. I
guys,
used to
but
buy them and hide them in the freezer.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yes.
kind of bad too.
It was. So I stopped altogether. I had to go cold turkey on the Girl Scout cookies.
That's good.
The sales probably dropped after I quit.
You know what? You have a whole Get Fresh crew that's here watching. I got some very old
Lemonade.
acting
There you go,
women.
Tara.
Tara, Shanna, Jenny. They all jump in line with Mother Merlene. They know right now what. So, Merlene, your final words: are you going to stand in the gap for the Girl Scouts and on the street corners and in the grocery
That's
stores?
going to be my service for today on MLK.
Amen.
Hey,
God
have
bless you.
they haven't started though, Mother Merlene.
Oh, I'm going to make a sign that say they'll be here in 2 weeks.
And so, because they will be, you'll be.
So they get their
Amen.
cash together.
You going that's a good sign. Okay. Why don't we put that out and make a post of that? Okay, because you dress like a thin mint.
Okay.
What the devil is happening? Y'all pray for Mother Merlene. And everybody, thank you for Mother Merlene's segment. She leaves us always always wondering what's next.
we
And
just
right
don't
now,
know.
she's brought us some amazing facts. So today is Martin Luther King Day. If you're off work, make it count. If you're on work, make it count. Be kind.
Amen.
I had a dream, right?
Yes.
And I wish we had a clip
Oh,
of that to make
yes.
sure we were playing that. But you'll catch Mother Berlin today. Prayerfully, we'll have a picture that she has with a sign saying Girl Scout cookies are coming. Get your cash ready. Don't have me come over to your car. I think that's a grand sign we should enact today. So if you're at Randall's, Kroger's, Piggly Wiggly, whatever your grocery store, be afraid. Be mighty afraid.
Amen.
Because Mother
She's coming.
Merlene
She's
is coming your
She's
way.
coming.
I need a moment. I need a music break. Jesus be offense. She's dressed like the Thin Mint.
Okay.
Right now. This is HOH Digital Radio 7.7. What is it? 77.7. I can't talk. Station of Praise. We'll rise up and pray this morning. Let's get into some worship or to some praise or to some jump. Let's jumpstart your day. Listen in. Make sure you're hearing.
$5. Oh no.
Y'all like it. Y'all like giving me my same songs. Oh, Lord. How y'all doing? Okay, so wait, what's going on with yours? Anybody on YouTube?
Let's see.
Who's got that one up? You don't have them up, huh?
I'm about to bring it up right now.
Because I see the commercials. How do you do both?
It's only.
Okay. Woo! Oh, I'm on mic. You heard that? So, what's you see our YouTube family?
There's only one person.
Who's on YouTube today?
I don't know who it is.
I don't know what to do with y'all. I don't know what to do. What can we do to make y'all love? Good morning, Bobby. Bobby, I've been thinking about you. How
Happy how?
do they take debit cards?
They sell them online.
Here's my
I
part.
don't think they take them at the store. $5. They crazy.
Hey, okay, yeah, we just listened to what's up? 2 minutes, yeah. Hey, how y'all doing? That's my jam. I know, right? I love it. I love it.
Who's that lady boutique? Who is that? Let me see.
Hey, hey,
Oh, okay, she's from Bryan.
hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, oh.
Have we met who's that lady boutique? She looks so familiar. She's from Bryan. Who's that lady boutique? She looks so familiar.
She does. Is that Kayla?
I don't know. Kayla, is that you? I don't know. She looks so familiar.
So they got debit cards.
That's crazy.
28 seconds. 25.
It is Kayla.
Okay. 10, 7, 5, 4, 3, and 1. And we're hot. There you go.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, that's
Such
a
a
jam.
good song.
It's a good one. You're
That's a
listening right
jam.
on back here. Rise up and pray. Rise up and pray. The Bible says, Luke 22:46, rise up and pray daily to resist temptation.
Amen.
And I'll tell you what, the word, if you let it become part of your relationship status, man, it will keep revealing things to you. And that said, today is no different. We are in a beautiful place. It's going to be beautiful wherever you are. If it's snowing, if it's cloudy, if it's sunny, just be where you are and be present in it. Amen.
Amen.
Well, guess what, y'all? Charlize Theron rocked a diamond hair accessory at the Swag Awards.
So it was this weekend.
Yep, I just found this out just now, and she basically did it to make sure that her roots,
Yep.
her hair roots, hadn't been done yet. So
Oh, I thought it was
because
from her roots, because, she's from South Africa.
no, her roots to her hair, her hair wasn't right. She hadn't gotten her color in.
Shut up.
So instead, she glittered the carpet with a Givenchy hot couture crop top and a black maxi skirt ensemble. And then she put the diamond hair accessory lining her center part. So you couldn't see her darkness nor her gray. With this particular look, yes, it was 3-carat Tiffany and Company
Wow.
hair adornment.
Wow.
It was a way to not pay attention to her dark roots, but to pay attention to 3 carats.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, really.
And it was paired with Tiffany Company earrings, bracelets, and rings from the same brand.
Must be nice.
You better know it. She rocks anything
She
well.
was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron is bomb.com. I mean,
Yeah.
this halter that she's wearing on this with this split going up, very elegant and yet indeed, but so ingenious the way she did it. But 3 carats it took to cover up her. I need some diamonds to cover up my.
How many carats can you use? How many carats do
With
you
my
need?
big head, I need 5.
At least 5 carats?
5 carats and a couple of rolls.
We're going to see if we can make that work.
I'm just saying.
Because, my goodness, I'll put carrots in my head if it takes that.
It is covering up her gray. Who gonna complain?
Yeah.
T, I can see you with a good old boy red.
I want a good old boy red. She did this, and guess what? She knew to do it. The stylists of Tiffany and Company knew to have her tricked out. So just think, they said, we're gonna give you the whole
That's
thing for
marketing.
your hair and your necklace and your bracelet.
So those are on loan, basically. to her.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
something, but she
Now,
just...
Givenchy probably let her keep the crop top, and it's
yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, but my goodness.
Yeah.
I thought you meant she got the diamonds in her head because you know from where she's from.
Oh, look at
Right. She is from Africa.
Yeah,
South Africa, right? But she was nominated for an outstanding performance by female actor in the leading role for the motion picture Bombshell. I didn't see it, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Is that the movie where they actually turned they were able to charge the producer of a TV show? I think it was. This was based on Megan, not Megan. Megan Kelly's life.
Me no know.
Yes, the TV producer, the TV announcer, Kelly. She actually, she was one of those people part of that Me Too movement.
Me no know.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what the name. That's what Bombshell that movie came from. Whereas her manager, her boss, was actually sexually assaulting her, sexually, in the office, those type of things. And she was able to
Wow.
flip the script, but she had other women that came out with her, I believe.
Wow.
Yes, yeah.
Well, guess what, y'all? I got to just make you laugh with this news. You know that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, I guess they were the Dutch and Duchess of Sussex, right? Have decided to step down for safety reasons and also so that they can have their sense of independence, picking where they choose to live and raise their family.
Right.
With such information, let me just tell you how the royal family has, firstly, they have expressed their disappointment. They wish them well. They have both exchanged niceties such as, oh, this will always be home, per Prince Harry.
Sure.
Meghan Markle, being one of the most accepted additions to the royal family. But that don't change that they had to pay rent.
Okay.
As of now, Meghan and Prince Harry got to pay rent on that cottage they had.
Oh my.
It used to be free $99.
Free 99.
Now it's got rent.
Oh, they wrong for that.
Guess what? They also got to pay back the country for the refurbishments. So everything they did to make the Frogmore Cottage their own, they got to pay it back, people.
Jeez.
Wow.
I'ma say that's some gangster ministry right there.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
How
that's
you
cool.
gonna make these people?
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, go on ahead and be independent.
Go ahead, be independent, and so pay that rent on
Run
that
them- run
cottage
them
when you
car-
come back in town. And oh yeah, by that new couch and that page you added, there's a bill
Yeah.
for it.
But the thing is, they did that before. You know, they were still the Duchess when they redid the house.
That's something my mama would do.
Okay,
I feel y'all. That is
but
something
that's
that would happen to
cool, man. That's cool.
me. Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Man. So yeah.
So
they-
here's the deal.
they
Let me
hit that
explain.
Real world right now.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing. When they got a house as a gift, let me see. This is the part that makes you wonder if it's color related. I'm just saying. The house they received, which was the Frogmore Cottage, Frogmore,
FROG.
like a frog.
Jesus.
They got the cottage, but it was literally reportedly dilapidated, unlivable. So that's what explained why they used a cool $3 million of taxpayer money to renovate and refurbish the house. Doing extra things like using vegan paint in the nursery and constructing a custom kitchen. And if you see the house, it's nothing more than you would see maybe in Connecticut. It's a look of a typical traditional home. $3 million to refurbish this dilapidated home. My thing is, why did you get a gift that was dilapidated?
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah. It was built
exactly.
in 1801.
Really.
It was built in what?
1801.
And they got the house in 2018. So that house was over 200 years old.
The
Yeah.
purpose of the vegan
And they gotta
paint
pay it back.
was $3 million. That's a lot.
They got to pay it back.
Vegan paint. The purpose of is
I guess to keep the children healthy.
I could see
Jesus.
that.
The
But they
children
have
eating
to
the
pay it
walls?
back. They have to pay it back. You're right, sis, but they got to pay back the $3 million. So with that said, they can keep the residence, but they will pay rent on the property. So it's not a gift anymore.
Wow.
You're paying rent and you're paying back the refurbs. I
The
can't.
queen said, "You want to be free?
You
Right,
want to be
Free,
free.
free is not free."
But
That's
how
all
is that
right
a
now.
gift if you give me a place to
Exactly.
live?
That's what I'm saying. It was the Duchess when you gave it to them. So why can't you? They just be theirs. It's still their gift. They haven't changed as people. They just changed as titles. Wow.
That's not a gift anymore.
Free ain't free.
That's not. I mean, so I
I think
guess.
they're trying to make a point.
Well, I think if you're going to say it, and it's all in the legalities of what's going on within their country's guidelines. My thing is, let's not call it a gift. It was
Yeah.
something that you allow for them to keep their status.
Exactly.
It was a dilapidated 200-plus-year-old residence. They fixed it up for $3 million, and now you're making them pay it back and pay rent. Now, listen, Prince Harry is worth $40 million.
Yeah.
Meghan is worth around $7 million.
Oh, okay.
And
they
Prince
not
Charles, y'all ready?
Here we go.
He is still helping to support them financially.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a feeling they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think so.
maybe, okay.
Let's clap it up for Prince.
Wow. So in essence, they're worth about almost $50 million, and they're not gonna struggle
No.
at all.
No,
No, but they're moving to Canada, aren't they?
I believe they're moving to Canada. And I'm gonna just say Canada just doesn't have a lot of the drama
Right.
that America is known for.
If it didn't have the cold, we all be up there.
You know,
Yeah.
I hear that. What do you think of this? Some people are saying that Meghan Markle manipulated him into anything, such as moving.
I don't
I don't
believe
believe
so.
that. I don't believe she can
I think
manipulate
he
him.
is just standing up and protecting his wife.
He saw what happened to his mom.
Right.
They keep referring to that. He saw the life that she lived. Even even though she was a servant, she served, she gave, she had a heart for giving. But she also saw he saw the manipulation of her
Right.
with his dad and other things. And so
Right.
he I think in his heart he's vowed that that's not going to happen to his family.
Wow.
I think he saw a comparison that he was able to take advantage of
Yep.
and do something totally opposite.
Wow.
I
Well,
believe that's what happened.
you know, and I think shout out to them, and I continue to encourage them and really pray for those who have to take courageous steps at this hour of life.
Yeah, because that was a big step.
It really was.
Yeah,
I just can't believe they're making them pay rent on the house.
And I don't know if has that ever happened before in the history of the royal family.
Good
Has
question.
everybody else ever stepped down?
I'm unaware.
Yeah, I've never heard of that
I'm
in
unaware.
my years. So I've never heard that. I mean, I commend him. That takes a strong brother.
And you know, her father, Mr. Marco, actually did an interview stating his daughter made a bad decision, saying this is what he said, and I'm gonna leave it almost on this and let y'all deal with it. He said every little girl wants to be a princess, and here she was a princess, and she let it go. I'll wait.
Well, you know,
I didn't know I wanted to be a princess.
yeah, I didn't.
I
I have
just
no,
say it. I
no
didn't have
desire.
I,
Not, no,
I
that's
wanted
not,
the world to be better, but I
Right.
didn't want to be a princess.
that's a
I wanted
blanket
to be an
statement that
actual
he can keep.
princess.
You know,
That's crazy.
yeah. He was on national TV saying that his daughter made a mistake. Every girl wants to be a princess. What was she thinking? Well, Mr. Marco, respectfully, where were you through the years when she was being,
Yeah.
raised and you were not really present?
yeah,
So every girl wants her father. How
Absolutely.
about
More
that?
so.
some
yeah.
direction. Yeah.
I'm just saying, and allegedly, I'm not in your life nor in your, pay books, but it did not appear that you were really present. And I will tell you, every girl wants her father
Father.
before she wants to be a princess.
Absolutely.
So let's stick that in your hat feather and let's go ahead and wear that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my thoughts. I'm done.
That's good.
I'm done.
Okay. You
That
sure?
reminds me of one day back when I was in middle school. I was in math class.
Oh Lord.
And I forgot what this kid did, but that teacher, she got so mad. She said, "Now you stick that in your pipe and smoke it." And I never heard that before. And I was like, "What is going on?" And everybody said that for like 2 weeks. And she was just, every time somebody said it, she just got madder and madder. And when he said,
What
"Put that in,"
grade?
I was like in 7th grade. I was like, "Oh, she snapped for a minute there." But that
Stick
reminded
that
me-
in your pipe and smoke it.
Everybody was like,
That's bad.
"Is she okay?" Yeah.
But back then it was cool. Well, no, not back then. Before back then, it was cool to smoke pipes. So
Yeah,
it wasn't
I
illegal.
guess she was.
Guess we could say that.
Smoke
It was-
pipes.
Yeah.
It's
Smoke
still legal to
pipes.
smoke pipes.
Yeah, no, but I'm just
Oh.
saying
I
it was
mean,
not
but
as
people
it wasn't
still
as
do that.
taboo as it is
Oh,
now.
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because my manager smoked pipes for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Ooh,
smelled,
this is
it
too
smelled
much.
good. Okay, another
Dude, it did smell good. Okay, it's your turn. I'm really done. I'm done. I had everything I had to say with the Marco family. I've spoken about them.
We've spoken about it.
I
Well,
have.
Martin Luther King had a lot of great quotes,
Yeah.
and just to bring back a few of them, I wanted to make sure we hit a couple of these because I didn't know he said some of these things, but
Yeah.
I was very impressed by some of the things that he did say in his life. He said, and I know he was a gentleman that fought for injustice for everyone, and he believed that everyone deserved to be free, not just spiritually, financially, mentally, but equality for everyone is
Yes.
what he stood for. So he
Yes.
has some great quotes, but one of them he says was, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." And I remember that one. Then he says, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter."
Say that again.
that's
Yeah, I
real
knew
good.
that would get you.
I know it.
Our lives begin to end
That's right.
the day we become silent about the things that matter.
Yep.
I knew that one would catch you.
Oh, yep.
And so the next one is, "I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear." Yeah, isn't that something?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's a great.
He's saying stuff I believe in.
Of course. He says, "Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase." Love that. These are T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then he says, "Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude." Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude. That's strong. And life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?
And that is H-O-H.
Absolutely. He says, "And nothing in the world is more dangerous than the sincere ignorance and a conscientious stupidity." Number 45. Okay, leave that alone. Leave that alone.
No, don't leave it alone.
Okay. So then he says, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope."
Say that again.
We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope.
That's heavy right there.
That is very
For
heavy.
me.
Yeah, that was
That
the
spoke
last
to
one.
me.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So those were 10 of his greatest, not speeches, but popular quotes.
Right.
And I thought they were very profound.
Right.
Very profound. Yeah.
Man, okay, so those are the things, and when I think about that, he has birthed that, I think, through just seeds.
Yes.
Because I didn't go and research Martin Luther King to that way, but I find so many similarities in what we believe in at Hope Over Hurt.
Sure.
And how we think
Yes.
that is ministry. It is what we do. It's why being out there today matters. Being at the press conference matters. Supporting those who are out making the difference, even though you may say it's inconvenient, it's necessary because of what he's saying. We can't do that behind the scenes. We can't always be in the sidelines. And when I hear the words that you're speaking, I not only think of HOH, but then I think back to the days when he's writing this. What was happening in his day? This is when he was watching people get literally maimed by dogs, whom I love. I love animals,
Right.
but they were trained to hurt and maim, humans. People under water hoses. We can't forget that.
Yeah.
Wanting just to be able to drink from the same water fountain, eat from the same stores, not be told to go to the back for your food, to go to the back door to get food to eat. He believed that that wasn't equality. He believed, though, in not being segregated. He believed in integration. And there's some mixed thoughts here.
Right.
And I can agree with both. I can see where there's power in segregation still. See what I said? And power in integration.
Yes.
So the desegregation thing is great, but I also see where we lost a lot of our wealth as a community because of this integration, and it's still happening today.
Yes.
So with that said, when you think about what he said and what he was hoping for, I believe he hoped that we wouldn't lose our wealth by gaining our new identity and freedom.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. I don't think he wanted us to lose our wealth by gaining our new identity in freedom.
Right.
I believe he thought we would keep our wealth and be able to add to the pie.
Sure.
And not take away, and that's not exactly what happened with gentrification and
Right.
with integration in schools. We kind of found ourselves losing our identity and accepting whatever was there
That's
instead
so
of
true.
instead of being collaborative.
That's very valid because I went to it. I was bussed out of my community,
Right.
into a white school.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, and you begin to adapt
Right.
other cultures, or you begin to see other things. In other words, I the fact that the monies leave your community and they go to other communities versus in the Asian community, the money stay
Yeah.
in the community. If you think about it, if you think about the Vietnamese side of town, they have all their restaurants, they have all their stores, their banks. Everything is right there for that Vietnamese community.
Right.
You can't find something like that in Houston for the black community.
No,
For
you
the
can't.
You can't find that. So that you have to think about that. We
Why is
did
that?
lose some of our wealth because we became a part of the integration process, became of the busing process coming out of the neighborhoods. Well, we thought we were getting a better, we did get a better education because of things that were the way they were set up back then. The white schools had the most money. They probably still
Right.
do.
Oh,
Yes, but but still, so those are the things that were available to us back then, and they thought it was better for us to do it that way instead of going to the black schools in the neighborhood. We went because out of security purposes because they were so bad in our neighborhood.
Right.
So I understand exactly. He did not hope that we would lose our wealth by becoming, being able to go out and explore or experience other things, and we I believe we did lose a handle on that.
We really did. And when I looked, I was in Third Ward, this past weekend, and just looking at the businesses that have closed. Whether it be the pharmacy that was on the corner of Wheeler and Dowling, whether it be, the real estate or the insurance agent with Reba's family and father,
Standard,
right?
Standard Savings, yeah.
One bank still is there, Unity Bank. I'm not
Unity Bank is
sure
still
of the inside owners of it at this time, but
Right.
it says it's for a particular wealth portion of minority. But when you just look at all of those areas in the street, they're either boarded up or they're being removed or redone.
Right.
Why can't we, again, it goes back to the why. And I think that wasn't the hope of Martin Luther King. So when we think about this, what can we do to be able to be a contributor to the society and not, a liability? And I know that Martin Luther King did not want us to be a liability.
Yeah.
He wanted us to be a peacemaker. He wanted us to be a waymaker, and he knew we had it in us to do it. And I think that's something we must remember. It's a telltale sign of where we are.
Right.
Just look around your communities. What's happening in it? It used to be many of the communities in, my goodness, I used to know them, different states. They had a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Grocery stores, libraries,
exactly.
books.
Yeah. When I grew up in Third Ward, I was told as a child before it became black, it used to be Jewish, all white community,
Right.
and then the black community moved into it, and now when you go over there now you're seeing that the white community is coming back to it because it's Midtown, it's in the city now, and so they want to be in that, and the property is so expensive now that most black people can't even afford to keep it. They can't even afford to keep it.
Why
so
is
it
that?
has the taxes are higher. The property is higher because of location. They've put a higher value on it because of where it's located at. So that's basically it.
And schools are disproportionately funded. It's
Yeah, I agree.
true.
I
We know
agree.
this. And basically when we talk about the census, and that was one thing it's kind of a controversial topic when we say, hey, we're out here saying we matter, we serve.
Right.
From one side of what the census is saying is that, hey, if we're not counted, the money is not shared if we don't have the numbers that represent the need. So if people are not saying who they are and how many are in their household, the census says we're not obligated to give you part of this $650+ billion budget to fix your streets, to add to your schools, because you said you didn't exist. So a lot of people are not stating they exist because they do not want to be a part of something that may incriminate them, because there's a lack of trust still with our government, and rightfully so. So how do we work and rise above this? How do we let the census count for us, and so that we can see a different number in our schools? Let me ask you a question. The idea that we're talking right now, we really are in talks to try in the next school year open up a private school for students in the deeper southeast part of, it's not in Houston, but right outside of Houston. And we want to make this school very special for young kids. It's going to be private for now. It's going to have to be where that we can't expect money to come from the state. We can't, right at this moment, not to say it won't come there, but we want it to be a place where students are educated today, where students are educated now. And we're looking to really do this and have 52 students by fall. We're really talking about this and working in it. The reason is that we want a place where the dream can be realized. Do you think, not that it's far-fetched or lofty, but do you think that it's a possible change that so many other churches and other organizations have attempted to do? What can we do? Because I believe we're not the only ones who want this and who wanted to see it happen. What happens to us educationally, post-collegiately? What happens to us as a community? How is it that we keep passing the torch from our communities and not being what King saw for all of us, all races to be? What do you think happened? When we think of education, when we think of this, I'm asking Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anybody?
Wow. So you're saying that what happened to us as a community, not providing the same type of education that people believe can be that can be gotten outside of our community.
Right.
Why are we not providing that same opportunity to our kids?
Or, what happened to us post-collegiate?
Yeah.
Why is it that we just let our areas go down? It's taking a few to say, you know what, we got to resurge. We've got to resurge what we've had before around the country.
Yeah.
We can't just let gentrification be the only way. There's too much development happening in the area our grandfathers and grandmothers stayed.
I agree.
So the reason for the school is to say, hey, let's educate our students so that it's not controlled and that the monies aren't determined and we don't eat according to what they say.
Right.
I guess that's one way, but we're not the only ones who want to do it. What can we do to make sure that our communities, our being collective, everyone, can truly win in what he said? He had a dream that all men would be created equal, that white children would sit next to black children. And his idea was doing it in an empowered way, not in a way that you feel less than.
Right.
So what do you think? How can we make a difference? I know it's a good question. It's a thought question.
It's a strong thought question.
It is.
Yeah, and, outside of encouraging to come back and give back into the community, to serve your community, because we do as a young adult, we leave, we go out to college, we go and we try to establish ourselves.
Sure.
And some of us never come back to even our roots, even to Texas or where we're born.
Right.
Some of us stay where we went to college. We stay there. We actually get educated. We set our own roots there. So it's trying to build the community back up, encouraging those to come back, bring what you learned back to your home.
That. And exactly. And a lot of times we're moving out. We really
Yes.
are moving out, so we can't stay influencing our areas where we grew up. And so a lot of us are saying we're coming back and we're extending a hand, but we're not being entrenched. And I think because
I think it's because of the vision. They don't have the vision of what could be, based on them. If I grew up in Third Ward, and so I couldn't see my vision was not to see where they are now because they are just booming in that community.
Right.
You know, they're growing. If I had the eyesight for or the vision to see the possibilities,
Right.
then then the mindset would be different. But I didn't have the vision for that.
Right.
And there are certain people who do carry that vision, to keep the community going, to grow it, and can see it better than what it really is. Because when I grew up, it was an older community.
Yeah.
But now that they're bringing other things back, they're bringing new housing, new stores. I'm talking about boutique stores, boutique shops, new restaurants. They're just building up the community like crazy. You strip it down Almeida, you go all into the community. There's brand new housing.
True.
So I agree. If you had the vision to see that, we could have invested in that.
Yeah.
But did not have that didn't have that mindset, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, but those opportunities are not gone; they're just passed on to somebody else. So there's other ways of going out and doing it as well. I know
It's a lot to think about.
it is.
This is a reflective day. It is a reflective day. It is definitely a reflective time. So as we look at this, as I have a dream, do you still dream?
Absolutely.
Are we dreaming about where we're from, where we're going? Are we looking at what lies ahead? Are we looking at what we've left behind? And I don't just mean personal, I do mean from a community aspect. Today is a community service day. I'm excited about it. It is what it is. And I thank God that, many of us on this team serve every day or all of the time. But it's moments like this when you're reminded that the whole nation shall join each other. And I do believe that other people in other parts of the world also celebrate Dr. King. He didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize for just affecting the South.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
Yes.
So we pray for his family. We pray that we are able to, in some way, continue to see his legacy come to fruition through all of us. Black, brown, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. That we can't stop and allow hate to be what wins. We choose love instead. Hate costs too much.
Yes, it does.
And he said that, right?
did say that.
And living in forgiveness is what he did despite the big people getting beat down and sprayed. He still forgave. They were still locked up. And he still said he had a dream. Won't you dream with us today? Yes. If you're serving in any way today, dream as he taught us to dream. Believe in what it is that you dream for. Believe that you're capable of being a part of the dream team. And the dream team, yes, it's godly and it's also earthly.
Amen.
Your efforts on earth affect the godly status.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So can we pray?
Yes.
Father, knock, knock. I'm calling on you. Oh, how I call on you and how I know you listen. I thank you for snatching us from harm. I thank you that your psalms remind us that we praise you because you are the one, the Lord of heaven's armies, that keep us from harm. So, Lord, I speak to that aspect of you today. Protect those from harm today as they march. Protect those on the streets today as they march for peace. To acknowledge that your dream isn't dead. To acknowledge that we shall all overcome one day. Let us march on as Barack Obama would have said. Let us march on as Michelle Obama would have said. Let us march on as even George Bush would have said. Let us march on as Kennedy would have said. Let us march on as Reagan would have said. Let us march on as President Carter would have said, as Nixon still would have said. Let us march on. Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring. Let freedom of our mind, our soul, our thoughts. Let it ring. Ringing meaning a change in the vibration of what we speak. Let freedom ring from within the bowels of who we are. Let us become awakened and free inside. And let it be able to be seen and manifested outside. Let our decisions on how we act, how we vote, how we invest, how we say, how we spend be freedom.
Thank you, God.
Freedom. Freedom, not just because we were able to sit next to someone, but because we were able to stand in front of someone and lead the way. Let freedom ring. Let it sound like a bell that can never be cast out. Let it sound from near and far. Let freedom ring. Let the hands and feet of your children be seen today, not just for a camera or media, but let it be seen unto the very nations of the earth. Let mistakes go on the decrease, and let ingenuity be found on the increase. Let it ring, let it ring, let it ring. Oh, Father. Today is a day all over the world where people will stand up and have an ounce of remembrance and hope. Let the child that's ignited be the one that changes the next generation. Let them be the social cure. We thank you now. For every part of this prayer is meant to change the trajectory of whatever is off. We bring it to balance. In Jesus' name. We thank you, and we all agree and say together, amen, and amen. Let's say freedom together. 1, 2, 3. Freedom. You have it today. This is Hope Over Hurts Rise Up and Pray, and we love you. Wherever you are, know that you are free. Free to do, free to be, free to be, free to be, free to be. Let freedom ring from you today. Don't forget it. Martin Luther King may have been dead a long time, but his dream still lives in you, no matter your color, your race, your creed, or your gender. Amen. This is HOH 77.7. Join us 24 hours a day listening to our station. We want to know what you think. Also, keep us in prayer as we look up schools, having our own school, and more. All right? Did I say it kind of awkward? We're also looking for somebody who can help us with good marketing. If you know someone, and also people want to join us for business. If that's you, and you want to advertise with us, hey, we need you. Let us know.
Amen.
Okay?
Amen.
Bye for now. Thanks for listening in, everybody. Thank you so much for everything. Amen.